Welcome back to another episode of Abby's Delightful Cuisine. So in today's video, we are going to prepare one of the most traditional type Indian cuisine that you would ever hear throughout the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is absolutely one of my favorite dishes, especially when there's a lot of rain and you just want something really nice and comforting. Well, this is an option that you can choose. Trust me on this. So it's BHIGAN CHOKA and tomatoes CHOKA. Now we're going to get started with some really nice big firm eggplant, or BHIGAN as we call it in Trinidad. As you can see, I have some onions and I have some hot peppers as well as some pimento peppers as well. And I'm also going to add in some freshly chopped garlic. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to peel this, and each clove of garlic I'm going to cut it lengthways. So it's going to be cut into halves lengthways, as you can see. This is for those big cloves that you have. If you have smaller cloves, then you can totally leave it as is. So what you're going to do with your eggplant, you're going to make an incision. Basically, as you can see, I did an X. I'm just going to insert each clove of garlic that I have slit into half into that incision. So it's going to be dispersed throughout the entire eggplant, so when it goes to roast, it will basically infuse in that BHIGAN or that eggplant, and you will just get that sweet flavor from that garlic when you start pureeing it. So please don't leave this step out. It's absolutely compulsory. Alright, so another thing I would like to do, and it's very important as well, is to coat your eggplants in oil. The option of oil is up to you. Today I'm using coconut oil. You can totally use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, any type of oil, you can use it. So I just find that coconut oil just amplifies the flavor when you roast. I just really love coconut oil. So you can just use whatever you like. Make sure when you are brushing on your oil, you don't leave any area vacant. So this will help, as you will see later on in the video. The oil basically helps to release from the fruit from inside. So the skin basically releases from the fruit as soon as you have roasted it really nicely. As you can see here, I have lined my gas stove, my stovetop, with aluminum foil, and I have placed my roasting rack on top of the burners. Now you can absolutely use each burner for one eggplant. At this point, all you're looking for is for your vegetables to get really nice and charred. As you can see, my peppers have gotten really nice and charred. As soon as your onions and peppers has gotten like this, make sure and take it off immediately. Don't leave it to burn. Your eggplant will basically soften up, and the crust, the outside, the skin of your eggplant will become nice and firm and crusty. And here I also have some tomatoes as well. I'm roasting it directly onto the burners in my gas stove. You're going to look for the same thing, that charriness on all of the outside, so that skin will get really nice and charred. As soon as your eggplant has softened up and cooked through evenly, you're going to immediately place this in a cool place, so like a plate or by your sink, your clean sink. What you need to do is just make a slit down the middle of the eggplant and take your tongs and open it out just like this. Now, as you can see now, by taking your tongs or something sharp, you can be able to release that fruit or that vegetable from inside of the eggplant easily. And as you pull that vegetable apart, you can clearly see that the skin remains intact with that stem. So just gently release that vegetable off of the skin, and you're going to place it in a bowl. Now in your bowl, as you can clearly see that the garlic has really nicely roasted as well, and it has softened up really nicely. And what you're going to do, you're going to add everything in your food processor. You're going to add pimento, peppers, and your roasted onions, and you're going to puree this until it's really nice and smooth and has a smooth consistency, and you will see in a bit what I mean. Now just look at that lovely consistency that this food processor did with this eggplant. It's just so amazing. Now this is the consistency you want. You're going to go ahead, add in your salt to taste. You're going to stir this really well. Make sure that your salt has evenly distributed into that eggplant or that BHIGAN CHOKA. You can even add your salt in with when you add it into your food processor. I just forgot to do that, so yeah, I've added it after. So go ahead and mix this well. You're also going to do this same thing with your roasted tomatoes. As you can see how nice and charred it has become. Now a lot of people peel off that charriness of the tomatoes. You can do that, but I really love that charriness, so I leave it. I'm going to add everything, my onions, peppers, as well as my pimento, and I'm going to puree this until it's really nicely blended, until there's no chunks of onions, no chunks of peppers, no chunks of tomatoes as well. In the middle of that pureeing, you're going to stop and you're going to add in some shadow beni. This shadow beni amplifies the flavor of tomatoes choka, so please don't leave that out. You're going to blend this. And look how lovely it has become. Now this is so fragrant, guys. You would swear that it has salt in it, but it doesn't. So be sure to add in your salt to taste, and if your tomatoes is really sour, you can go ahead and feel free to add some sugar in there. And that's what I did, because my tomatoes was really sour, so I immediately added some sugar to taste, mixed all up, and it was absolutely delicious. So guys, be sure to try this. I know everybody has their own way of making their choka, but this is my version. Hope you enjoy. Please recreate and share on Facebook. Thanks for watching.